Thank you so much for all of you joining us. Welcome again, and those of you who are new to this webinar. My name is Marzena Krysiak. I'm the dōTERRA Wellness Advocate and a leader of Healing Herb team. And I pretty believe all of you are already in our team. So thank you so much. But please feel free to share this webinar with whoever you think may need information that I will be sharing. All right, so let me share the screen with you and we will get started. So let's get started with this webinar. And I have to tell you that I'm quite excited about the subject today because although there is snow outside and we are being covered more and more with the snow, it's really hard to think about spring yet. But usually I was anticipating spring from one sense because such a beautiful season and really season that inspire us to grow and go outdoor and explore. But at the same time, because I have been really suffering from seasonal threats, how we call it, I was not really, from one sense, I was not really looking to it because I knew when everything started to bloom and it was causing me a lot of problems. And having a tissue near me was a common thing. I actually had to have tissue everywhere, in a car, in my purse, because my nose would always be running and I would be sneezing and so on. So certainly I'm very, very excited to share with you what I have done that actually has helped me, and now I'm really looking forward to the spring. All right, so let's move. Yeah, so welcome to my class to all of you. Again, please feel free to share this with anyone who may need that. And this time we're gonna do this a little differently. So at the end, I will actually open for the questions. So if you have any questions or would like to share something, please feel free to do so at the end. All right, so let's set up our expectation first. So I just came upon this statistic that according to World Allergy Organization, people, at least 40% of world's population are actually suffering at least one kind of, seasonal, from one kind of seasonal threats. And in some countries, this number is increasing. And I remember when I was growing up, having seasonal discomfort, it was not such a common thing. I don't remember really that there have been a lot of talk about it, but it seems right now wherever I travel, actually I came from Florida right now and I spoke with quite a few persons there, and most of them said this is what they are facing. So it seems that this is on the increase, as much as in some countries there is 50% or more of the entire population that suffers. And in what is even more disturbing, that a lot of times the solution that people are trying to use to help them to deal with that are actually causing them even more harm. So before we continue, if I start sharing with you some solutions, I just actually would like to ask you personally, what are some of the seasonal threats that you are experiencing? Would it be like pollen or maybe grass, dust mites, quite common, maybe mold or weeds? So if any of you would like to just shout out, what is something that causes you a disturbance in this springtime, or generally, you can share it right now, and you can unmute yourself. Probably most of you are unmute. So if any of you would like to share what's some challenges you face in the springtime? I have Charlene, Casey, Angelica, Susan. I don't know if there's anyone else on the call yet, but there's more that have registered. Any of you would like to share? All right. Yes, we can hear.
Okay, so this is Susan and I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada, and my eyes are itchy, very irritated. I get sneezing fits where I sneeze and I sneeze and I sneeze, and I feel very tired. And it's because everything has just in the last week has started to blossom here, and so it's some kind of hay fever allergy. So yeah, I've been considering going to the drugstore to get some kind of remedies to help me. But I was excited for this seminar because I'm hoping that you're going to be able to give me some tips what I can do with my essential oils. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. So I will know what to address more when I talk. So anyone else would like to share your challenges? All right. If not, then we can move on. And then later on, if there's something that comes to your mind you would like to share, please free to do so. All right. So most of you already are familiar with dōTERRA, so I will not spend much time about this. But but as we know, there's so many varieties of essential oils available, and that you can, easily access. But I personally, stand behind dōTERRA. I promote dōTERRA products not only for the quality, but also the potency. And the increasing number of wellness advocates or customers that are actually coming and taking advantage of dōTERRA products speaks on its own. I believe last month there was 100,000 new customers that have opened account with dōTERRA. So that speaks volume. I mean, huge volume. So dōTERRA's essential oils, of course, are harvested in a very, I would say a lot of time remote part of our planet, to ensure that they are really free from any contaminants, pollutants, and they come from their native habitats. And they are, of course, the way dōTERRA even distills essential oils, they put a lot of care to details, make sure that none of the potency is lost in the process of production, and of course the testing that they do to ensure that this is like really pure product that they will provide to us. So what I'm gonna share with you is based on dōTERRA products. So just briefly, if you maybe would like to share this later with someone new to essential oils, there's 3 ways we use essential oils. There's aromatic. We inhale them either directly from the bottle, from your palms, or we use a diffuser. Now, this is quite important method when we when we talk about helping essential oils with our seasonal threats, inhaling, making sure the air around us is purified. And also we can put them topically. This also is very helpful. We can put them whenever the essential oils needs to go, and depending what we are dealing with. Make sure that if you have sensitive skin or you're using them for younger children, that you will always dilute with the fractionated coconut oil or any carrier oil that is handy at your home. You have it handy. And then the third way is to use essential oils internally. And this method is very, very effective. You can put them in empty veggie capsules. You can put a couple of drops in a small amount of water, your favorite juice or milk, almond milk, and then drink it. Or you can even put them directly under the tongue or directly down your throat. So those are the ways you can use dōTERRA essential oils, I have to mention, because most essential oils available on the market, they are not for internal consumption. All right, yeah, dōTERRA is always amazing, not only by the products that they provide to us, the superior essential oils, but also what they actually do to change this world into the better place. On the leadership retreat that I have just participated, they have been giving even more insight what they have done in different countries that they source essential oils from, how many jobs this provides through the co-impact sourcing, but also dōTERRA cooperates very closely, or we would say like partner up with the Operation Underground Railroad that rescue children from sex trafficking, and also Days for the Girls, that provides not only education about woman's body and how to deal with it, but also provide hygiene kits for those girls that unfortunately do not have access like we do in those countries, for those different supplies during this time of the month. And then they also partner up with Mentor International that provides microloans to different individuals who wants to start their own little business adventure in those developing countries. So yes, dōTERRA is absolutely an amazing company with a great mission. It's more like a movement that is not only meant to change our health, but also the face of the planet. So it's amazing. Okay, so let's begin our discussion about seasonal threats. I will try to speak it very, very compliant, but still cover quite a lot of information. So for me personally, when I was trying to deal with my problem with seasonal threats, I knew that there's two things I have to address. One is the immune system, because immune system is responsible for protecting us and also give us strength to actually fight with whatever we may be facing. And another one was to address directly the symptoms. I would say, I shouldn't use that word, with what was going on externally. Suzanne has mentioned that one of the things she feels during the time that she is very, very tired. And one reason for feeling tired is not that only, her body have those symptoms, like runny nose, all of this, but also because there's a fight going on. So the body uses a lot of energy for this, and that's why there's this feeling of being tired. So I try to address those two things at the same time. Now on this webinar, since I have a separate webinar when I was talking about lifelong vitality supplements, I will not really go into it, but I just want to say that for me, that was how I was addressing my immune system, to making my body stronger. So that was one thing I immediately implemented, and that was regular application or internal use of lifelong vitality supplements. They are absolutely amazing. They do so much good for us that it's, like the list is basically endless. And they are so much different than any other supplements you can find on the market today. I learned some new things about them that I was not aware that although I have been using them already for 4 years. One of the things that makes them so different is the way they package those supplements. You all notice that lifelong vitality supplements are in those gel capsules or veggie capsules that are very loosely packed. Basically, you can even shake it and the powder will move inside. So sometimes people ask them, oh, why we have to take so many of them? Like if I get some other supplements or like multivitamins, you take one a day, like this is quite common, once a day. But for the vitamins to provide you all you need and put them in one tablet or one capsule, they have to compact them under a lot of pressure and sometimes even heat. And in this process, they are actually destroying some of the properties, some of the nutrients and vitamins that originally, they were inside. That's why dōTERRA is not using that method. They are very loosely packed, and that's why it seems we take a lot. But actually, if they would compress them like the other companies do, probably you would end up with just one tablet to take. But the process that dōTERRA is using ensures that all the vitamins and minerals and micronutrients and all the goodies that are there undisturbed and our body can fully benefit. So those of you who have those health challenges when it comes to seasonal threats, please start with lifelong vitality. This is a must product if you're really serious about having spring the best ever. Okay, so this is a product spotlight, a product a must have if spring is a challenging for you. I have to admit honestly with you that this is the product I kind of underestimated for a long time, because my approach to this was like I had my previous experience that before I was introduced to amazing dōTERRA products, that whenever I was dealing with those threats, I basically would get over-the-counter drug for this one. And usually those have like a restriction how much you take them. Usually it says you take one for 12 hours or 24 hours. So basically you take one, and this is supposed to bring you a relief for your entire day, and then you take the next one. So my approach to this product was exactly the same. You take it once and it should fix you. But this is a natural product, so it doesn't really work same like synthetic medication. And this Tri-Ease, it's an amazing blend of 3 essential oils basically, but in a very convenient form of soft gels. So it's a little thing that you can swallow. And this inside of this product, there are 3 essential oils, which is lavender, peppermint, and lemon. And those 3 oils, when taken together internally, they are amazing when it comes to creating the shield, this protection for against those seasonal threats. So this product can be consumed daily. And if you have like a heavy attack, what you can do, you can take this every 2 hours. And in my personal experience, and we all have individual, how our body function, but in my personal experience, the way that this Tri-Ease works, that on first day, you can take like even every 2 hours as needed. And then on the next day, you can maybe take every 3 hours, every 4 hours. And then the next day you take less. And you see that at that time, your body will really will do its job of like protecting you and actually stopping those different discomforts that you may experience during the time. And then if you know that you are prone to experiencing those effects of spring, you can take this product on an ongoing basis every single day. I like to take this still in the morning. Often I take one with my morning first cup of water, because I want to make sure that my problem will not return, and also it helps me with sometimes if you're experiencing like a post nasal drip, and it is like a little thing that because of excess mucus it has to drain somewhere, so this can also help you with that one. And uh, yeah, so this product really supports our respiratory health and is taken internally. Yeah, so basically lemon essential oil is in there. It helps to cleanse the body system, and is often used for respiratory support. And then lavender on its own, of course, it's calming and balancing. Um, and a peppermint promotes clear breathing and respiratory function. So this combination is really amazing. So please, if you have not tried yet, add to your collection. I absolutely love it. You can, instead of this, if you don't have access, but you have those three oils, lavender, lemon, and peppermint, you can take them internally the same way like you take the other products. So you would probably want to put maybe 2 drops of each of those oils in a small amount of water and drink it. The taste is quite strong because of combination of peppermint, but it's not bad at all. So you can easily get used to it. And for some of you, it may be the better way to take it. Not everybody likes swallowing little pills. And you can also try this like recipe. So instead of drinking them, especially like maybe especially for younger children, you can actually make a little rollable recipe. So you would put equal amounts of each of those oils, and then fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil. And this can be applied at the bottom of the feet, like here on the chest, or even like on forehead and on the sinus area. So this is for something that could be used um, instead of like a neat oils on their own. And since it's like from the statistic, it's such a ongoing, increasing, problem that people are facing during springtime. Knowing this one, dōTERRA created an amazing line of different products that we can use. They are easy to use, and of course, we have our breathe. And who does not love breathe? I mean, it's amazing. So we have breathe essential oil, which is directly support our respiratory function. You can apply this again on your chest, on your forehead, temples, nose, right here, and under your eyes. Not too close, just below the bones, as you can feel. You can inhale it. You can use it in a diffuser, and that's something I would recommend. That if springtime is causing you some issues, please keep the breathe going on in your diffuser. And then we have breathe touch, which is in a roller bottle. That one is, as I mentioned, for younger children, those with a sensitive skin. Amazing breathe stick in the middle here on the picture. This is like a vapor stick that again you apply on your chest, right here, even on the shoulders, your forehead, and this one has a powerful combination of not only the dōTERRA breathe essential oils, but there's some other ingredients added to create this, and it's all natural. It's very safe. I share you something funny because I heard from some other dōTERRA user that her very young children got hold of the breathe stick, and I think the baby was only maybe 2 years old or something, and he ate entire thing, like entire breadstick. And so of course when the mom saw it, she was very worried, and she freaked out. So she called it poison control and tell them, oh my, you won't believe it, what happened, my child has ate this whole thing. And so the man on the other side, he said, okay, please relax, do you still have the container? And she said, yeah, I still have the container. And so he said, please read the ingredients. So she read the ingredients of the breed, and they told her, please do not worry, just give him a lot of water and he will be fine. This is all natural. So this is one aspect why I simply love dōTERRA, because they are not only giving us such an effective product, but also so safe for anyone in our household, in our families. Yes, and then we have those amazing breathe drops that have that one can chew it like a candy basically. And you know, for some of us, that would be a good way to deal with with the situation. It's also very refreshing. So it not only promotes clear breathing, but it's also soothing for your nasal airways. So it's wonderful. And of course, in breathe, if you wonder what oils are there, so we have a laurel leaf, we have a peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, also known as a tea tree oil, lemon, cardamom, as well as ravinsara and ravensara. So there are different essential oils that are added, and some of them are not available as a single one, so you can only experience them through that through the breathe blend. So have any of you so far tried any of the breathe product? Was anyone would like to share if you have experience or try any of the breathe products?
I haven't tried it myself, but I did have a lady purchase 4 bottles of the Breathe, and she sent them to India because her 10-year-old brother, she was about 21. She said her brother, who's 10, had severe asthma, and she purchased a diffuser and 4 bottles of Breathe, and he's been using them regularly in India, and it's been helping him sleep better at night. That's what she told me.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for sharing that. That's amazing. Wow. So okay, so you can hear some success story with the Breathe product. Yeah, for me personally, I really love the Breathe blend. It's very refreshing. Even if you do not have any seasonal threats, seasonal discomfort, you're not suffering from this. Breathe is such a wonderful, invigorating, and at the same calming and refreshing blend that dōTERRA has. So the best way is that, as I mentioned, you take care of your immune system by taking lifelong vitality, and then using the breathe product as also try ease or lemon, lavender, and peppermint together on a daily basis, and give your body a little time. So don't expect, like with over the counter medication, that you will just take it one and immediately fixes. Actually, it does not fix you. What it does, it covers the symptoms, but the cause that is it's still there. And so this will help you to create a stronger immune system and ability to actually protect yourself. This one addresses the cause, so it's the root. So it's very, very important. All right, another wonderful blend from dōTERRA called TerraShield. Of course, outdoors, for I hope for all of you, is connected with really, I mean, the spring is connected with you to going outdoors and really enjoying and because when it's cold outside, of course, depending what climate you're in, but if it's cold outside with the snow, we are a little more hesitant to go outside. But when the spring comes and everything, the weather starts to warm up and everything is beautiful, it's just like it's almost impossible to stay home. So that's what I'm looking forward to really, even taking a walk or hiking and then playing outside. So this is amazing. And we have this blend, but of course this is like we are waking up during springtime. Then also all the other living entities, like different insects and bugs and all of them, they're also waking up and they also ready to start the season. So TerraShield is an amazing blend that protects us from those like it's a natural insect repellent. It's very, very powerful, and it comes in 2 different forms. I don't have the second one here, but we have a neat TerraShield essential blend, and we have also TerraShield spray, which is more convenient because it's already kind of like ready, and you can spray your a body part that will be open with that spray before you go out, and you can also carry with you. I have to say that I tested this blend in India, as I also practice yoga, so frequently I visit India. And in India, there's a lot of mosquitoes. They are very, should I say, determined to get you. And of course, in tropical countries, the mosquitoes they carry a lot of different viruses that you don't want to get. So that's why protecting yourself is very important. So I actually tested the TerraShield over there, and it was very successful. So it smells is also wonderful. And the reason why we not only have a spray, but also essential oil in the bottle is that you can diffuse it too. So let's say if you are sitting in your, in your patio and you want to have like really nice, spend a nice evening over there, you can put your diffuser out and then diffuse Terra Shield, and it will around you, it will create this little shield to protect you from different unwanted visitors. So I highly recommend that if you are outdoor lovers, that you will add this to your collection of essential oils. And this is dōTERRA recently updated this blend. So right now it carries the following essential oils. There's ylang ylang, cedarwood, catnip, lemon, eucalyptus, lychee, arbovitae, nutka, and vanilla bean absolute. So such a wonderful combination. And some of those oils like arbovitae or arbovitae, the different pronunciation, on its own is very also good to be used as a natural insect repellents. And then they also added recently the tamanu oil, which is harvested from Madagascar through co-impact sourcing. So by harvesting these essential oils from the country, that are actually created another many jobs for the people who live there. So we are very happy and excited for this, that by actually purchasing this blend and using it, we are supporting those needy family in Madagascar. So wonderful. All right. Yeah, and of course, don't forget the sun is strong in the spring, especially when we spend mainly indoors during the winter time. So the sun could be pretty sharp, and it could create damage to our skin. So it's a good idea to use something for protection. And the simplest way how you can get started would be to create your own little sunscreen. The simplest way to do it, you can just use 3 oils: lavender, peppermint, and frankincense. So those 3 together. So if you have, you can use 4 ounce spraying bottle. It is about this size. So it's kind of not too big, not too small. And then it's actually something that you can carry with you, this size. So you can make smaller, so whatever works for you. But you basically want to put 20 drops of each. So 20 drops of frankincense, 20 drops of peppermint, and 20 drops of lavender. And then you fill everything else with the either water or fractionated coconut oil. And when you use water, make sure before you use it, you actually shake it really well. When you use coconut, you also shake, but you don't have to be so. It's not as important because usually they will like mix and stay like this. But with water, of course, we know that oil will always be on the surface. And something like this you can carry, and you can just spray on yourself whenever to prevent any sunburn or areas that that possibly could get, like on your face. At the same time, because of the peppermint, it also will be having this cooling effect. So please use it, and as often you can repeat it every few hours to use this little spray. It's something easy done and very helpful. You can also create your natural sun support, like a lotion, and this one will require a little more ingredients. And I'm gonna, this webinar is recorded, so I'm gonna post it in our Facebook pages, Facebook groups, and under there in the comments or somewhere I will share exactly the recipe, so you don't have to like worry to write it down. But basically for this one we will use like olive oil, fractionated coconut oil, as well as beeswax, zinc oxide, vitamin E, shea butter, and dōTERRA helichrysum essential oils. And this is so amazing because helichrysum essential oils has such a wonderful properties. It's very soothing for the skin, has ability, to repair anything damage that has been done. So it's an amazing essential oil to be used. It's a little costly, but I want to tell you that this is essential oil that it's really worthy to invest in because of the amazing properties. And of course, this will be another webinar. I actually planning to do a webinar about rare essential oils that you kind of know they are there, but you kind of never use them yet, and you are not really sure how you would use them, like for instance thyme and helichrysum, and what else could be, arbovitae. So I will be having a webinar when I talk a little bit more about those oils and what you can do with them, because they are quite amazing. Yeah, and you can basically mix all those ingredients in a certain way and then put in an empty jar, and then you can use them as needed. And the best if you store it in the refrigeration, in the fridge, and it probably can last about 6 months. So it's a perfect to make one in the beginning of the season, and it will last you through the spring and summer as well. All right, and here's I want to share with you a little for outdoors lovers, a little some tricks how you could use essential oils. So for instance, after a long hike, or you really hike, or maybe you some exercise or sports that you have done, it's really good to apply coriander essential oil or basil on your legs, because they have been working so hard. Maybe at the end you feel they're really tired, maybe like swollen. So coriander and both basil, they're amazing to apply and soothe tired legs. So you can apply those ones. Of course, if you don't have a Terra Shield, you can use lemongrass on its own to help with the insects. So you can carry lemongrass and apply it. Now, lemongrass, if you want to apply topically, please dilute it. It's a little stronger essential oil, so the best is to keep it diluted. And then, of course, the favorite for me to carry always with me on outdoor adventure is peppermint, because peppermint not only is very refreshing and invigorating, but also it's a cooling essential oil. So if your body is overheating, or maybe it's a hot summer day or something like a spring even day, you can apply a little bit of a peppermint at the back of your neck, right here. I also like to carry a little spray. So I just basically mix peppermint with water in a spray bottle, and I like sometimes just to spray all over my face with a closed eyes, of course, and it gives this very refreshing effect. All right, so another one, since as I mentioned that spring is the season where we plan more activities, we plan to move, a little bit more than during winter time. Like you said here, get out of our hibernation state and start moving. So there are different products and essential oil you can use to support this journey. And but dōTERRA has a amazing ready kit, which is called the athletes kit. And in this one, not only get deep blue, but also a selection of essential oils, which are very supportive for the active lifestyle, and they come in this nice carrying case. And so this one was not only designed to support like maybe aching joints and muscles and help to protect our body, but also some of the oils in this one can protect us from any environmental threats that we can face when we are in common areas with other people. There's a lot of sweating and breathing taking place, so it's a really good one to use Melaleuca and On Guard for this purpose, especially when you are going to pools, when there's a lot of people walking without shoes, and so it's nice to use those essential oils for protection. So in this kit, as I mentioned, there are 5 milliliter bottles of Breathe, On Guard, lavender, Melaleuca, peppermint, and then you get a deep blue wrap. So we already covered a little bit the benefits of those essential oils, but we know Breathe support our respiratory health. And again, when we are with other people, breathing close together, so this is a good way to not only protect us, but also to open the airways and help a lot of oxygen to get into our lungs. And then lavender, it's calming and relaxing, and also very soothing for the skin. So you can remember, if you don't have the spray that I have been talking about for sun protection, you can even use lavender on its own for protection. And this one is very gentle. You don't need to dilute lavender essential oil even for little ones. So you can directly apply. And if you get a sunburn, then lavender is the one who's very soothing, and also helichrysum. So you can apply on skin for very soothing and effect. And yeah, Melaleuca, very cleansing, rejuvenating. And then we have peppermint, we already talked, invigorating, energizing, such a wonderful essential oil. And the deep blue doesn't need an introduction. I hope all of you have already tried, but deep blue is a must in my home, and I hope in yours too, because it's a great for aching joints and muscles. Deep blue actually, what it does, it increases flow of oxygen in the area, where you apply a deep blue. So, for instance, it's not only, sometimes we think about deep blue, the deep blue is something we apply after it's already aching, or we feel it, then we want to like fix it. But actually, deep blue, it's recommended also to be applied before. So if you know that, let's say you'll be playing all day, like you name it, like so say volleyball or something, and you know exactly what part of the body you will be using. Of course, a lot of leg, because there will be a lot of motion, but also you will be using your hands. And for me, volleyball, always I think about pain because I somehow, it's not one of my favorite activities, but I always end up with having like right here, this area is quite achy afterwards, and sometimes I get even bruised because of of like heating when you serve the ball. So deep blue helps because it increases the flow of oxygen. It helps to prevent any, again, not the word to use. Okay, it just put it on before, so it helps for you not to experience the reaction of your overactive or engagement in maybe games like this. So apply it before, not just after, but before, and then you will see the difference. It actually, you will feel less tired, less achy afterwards. So please do so. All right, and now I want to cover a little bit about uh, toxin-free cleaning, because spring is also a time when we like to clean. We like to declutter. We like to, maybe if you have something that you actually have your spring and summer clothes, put aside, and then you need to like exchange your closet. You kind of put your winter clothes aside, and you bring spring and more lighter outfits that you have. But also, it's such a nice way to really clean your home. And cleaning is not only, it's good for us like emotionally, or it creates a very good mindset when our home is clean and organized, but also when we clean with the right ingredients, right product, then we are also protecting ourselves, because often what we use for cleaning is not as healthy as we wish for. And we use, actually, although we may be really very very cautious, like what we eat, what kind of diet we have, what kind of medication we use, but then when it comes to cleaning around or doing your laundry, you may be using very very rough, toxic cleaners. So I would like to introduce you to dōTERRA On Guard Concentrated Cleaner. This is the only cleaner I have in my own home personally. I just have this one, and then I diluted this according to what I want to do. But I love the smell. It's protective, like On Guard blend, and it's good for you, good for environment. So you know that you are not taking part in polluting Mother Earth, but actually contributing in a very positive way. And I love it. My husband loved it too. He actually one time asked him to clean our kitchen stove. That was when we did a lot of cooking to meals, because I'm also a vegan chef. So we were doing a lot of cooking, and somehow our cooking stove was neglected. And I asked my husband to clean it, and he asked me, what should I use? I said, well, On Guard, that's the only thing we have anyway. So he used that neat on a stove that, there was already some baked stuff and really hard. And the next thing what happened, he actually ran to me and he said, you won't believe it, it's amazing, it dissolved everything. And I was, wow, all right. So now, he was so excited, because it works really in very very effective way. But at the same time, I remember before I used to sometimes use a very very heavy stuff. I didn't know better, and I remember I was getting sick while doing this. I could feel how this is like poisoning me, but I didn't have any other choice. So I'm so grateful for this product. So let's see. So the On Guard concentrated blend has, of course, On Guard essential oil blend in it, and this one has wild orange, clove, cinnamon, as well as eucalyptus and rosemary essential oils in it. And so basically it brings our cleaning experience to the next level. What else I want to share with you about this? Yes, as I mentioned, this cleaner can be used for anything, for cleaning your room, your bathroom, your kitchen, washing dishes, and some example how you can use it. There's also on the bottle, so if you turn it over on the label that is on the back, it's kind of small, but there is some suggestion how to dilute it or how to blend it with water to create your different cleaners. So for instance, for just general cleaning, like light cleaning, you can mix 2 tablespoons with this concentrate with 24 ounces of water. So that would be like for light cleaning. If you want for the bathroom cleaning, you can use 3 tablespoons per 24 ounces of water. And then for dishes, you can make 3 tablespoons of this concentrate with the 1 gallon of water. Although personally, I have to say that I just use it as it is. I just don't like to dilute it for the dishes. I just use like this, but of course you can mix like that as well. And then for like tough jobs, you can use directly without any dilution, and you can just soak things in a little bit, put it on, and let it wait for a little bit. And then the only thing, please be careful when you use that cleaner. Directly undiluted on like hardwood floor and natural stone. So just just test it and see, because you don't want to create damage to this one. And something that I heard, let's see if that would be next slide. Yeah, so cleaning without toxins is the way to go. Of course, it's the way to go. 70% of the toxin that we get comes from our own household. So please, if you have not yet, take this very, very seriously, very, very seriously. What we breathe in, what we put on our skin, the clothes that we wear that has been washed and then rinsed kind of with a softener. Those have toxins. Those toxins will get inside you. There's no doubt about this. So many companies, actually I'm gonna read it, they launched kind of like new and improved cleaning products that kind of claim to protect your family, but they also neglect to inform you is that in those common cleaning products, they are laden with the harmful chemicals and have the potential to do more harm than good. And even some of the so-called green brands, they also have some very, very harmful ingredients in it. Yeah, so often people, that's what I have seen, and that often people used to like a big box, like a store detergent, or this huge bottle of laundry detergent, or like hand soap and dish soaps and like this, and they often have a lot of stuff that you really don't want to have in your home. And we sometimes hear the statement that ignorance is bliss, because you don't know, right? So who cares? But actually, I heard a better version of the statement from Jim Rohn, who is, of course, an amazing, successful person. He was an amazing motivational speaker, and he said, what you don't know will hurt you. And I love that statement, because ignorance is bliss. It's not really the correct statement, but he said what you don't know will hurt you. So it's your responsibility, duty to actually learn. It's our responsibility to learn what is around us and how we use it, because just saying I don't know, it's not a solution. It's still gonna affect you. And especially ignorance is not a bliss when it comes to cleaning your home and what you use. So I'm really very thankful for dōTERRA creating such an easy alternative for us. And with an amazing loyalty rewards program that dōTERRA has, why would you even want to buy somewhere else? You purchase from dōTERRA and you get product credits, and then you can get free helichrysum, for instance, when your product credit accumulates. So it's such a wonderful way to go about. And let's talk about little let's still stay with the cleaning. So some of the other things that you can keep handy in your home for cleaning would be, of course, number one is baking soda. Baking soda is great for cleaning. So if you need a little something that helps maybe to be like a natural scrub kind of thing, you can use baking soda for this. It's very gentle. It will not create any scratches on your stove or like stainless steel. It cleans very nicely, but also delicate. And you can also mix baking soda with different things. Like you can mix with some essential oils, and then you can then sprinkle this over your carpet before you vacuum, and it will not only refresh it, but it also protect your carpet. Another one is vinegar. Vinegar is amazing for cleaning. If you don't like the aroma, which I don't like, I think it's like really doesn't smell good, you can add some essential oil like lemon, lavender is good one to counteract this aroma of vinegar. And you can also use castor soap that helps to lift dirt and cut grease. And salt is also a great way to use for cleaning. You can mix it with hot water, and you can pour it down your kitchen sink regularly, and it will help to deodorize and keep grease from building up. So salt is a good one. Another one is fractionated coconut oil from dōTERRA, or if you don't have it, you can use olive oil, but coconut oil is great because it's fractionated coconut is great because it's very light. It's not as greasy as other carrier oil you can think of, and it's also almost aroma free, and it's great to give this shine to, let's say, your stainless steel or to your wood. You can actually, there are a lot of recipes on the dōTERRA website, and the DIY section. They have a natural wood polish and like that. So if you're interested, please make sure you check out the section. And the essential oils that are good to use for toxin-free cleaning would be lemon, lime, wild orange, Douglas fir is wonderful, eucalyptus, melaleuca. Beautiful, powerful blend that dōTERRA has called Purify. Purify is also great to diffuse, to actually purify the air. So you can also keep that in mind, that you may also diffuse this during this time that causes you some discomfort. And then also thyme, peppermint, and of course dōTERRA On Guard blend. And as I mentioned, you can check dōTERRA blog on the DIY section for more recipes, and maybe I also will share a couple of them after I post this video. All right, how about garden? How many of you like gardening? I love gardening. Unfortunately, right now I don't have any place to do the garden, but I love personally connect with the earth. I love digging in the earth. I love in the dirt. I love to plant flowers and take care of them. And of course, spring is a great time for this. But as much as we love the fruits of our, garden work in the form of maybe beautiful flowers, veggies and fruits, there are also some other guests that come uninvited to our garden that also like to enjoy this, and they can different insects may actually eat your flowers. I remember when we were in Las Vegas with my husband. Of course, it's over there. It's a desert. Nothing really grows there on its own. But people still try to grow, a few things here and there. So we also were trying to have a little garden, and we plant some grapes and then strawberries and like that. But it was a fight between us and like birds, because they also want it, and because there's not so much for them over there. Then when they see this, beautiful red little strawberries or grapes, they will be so quick. So if we wanted to get something, for ourselves, we have to be really, really, very quick. And yeah, but of course it also gave us some pleasure when they see that, we feed other creatures as well. But anyhow, yeah, so you can use essential oils for your garden. Yeah, so you can not only use essential oils for like protecting your plants, but also if you want to, of course, when we dig in the dirt and like this, so we can also, our hands could be affected. Maybe they will be like drying out, so you can like use them to restore your skin. What I would suggest, some of the essential oils that are really good to keep handy during that time when you are playing in your garden would be, of course, Terra Shield to protect you. When it comes to protecting your plants, peppermint is a great oil to use. You can dilute it with the water, and you can spray your garden with this one. The insect, they really don't like a peppermint. It's very strong. I actually heard some statistic in one of the events I went to, and it was from gardener who had a farm, and he was growing organic food, and then he was organic fruits and veggies, and especially veggies. And he said that the biggest problem that he was facing is that a lot of his crops were actually eaten before they could harvest it, and because they didn't want to use any chemicals, because that was an organic farm, they were really searching for some solutions. And then they learned about peppermint, so they start to use the peppermint and spray entire fields with the peppermint essential oil diluted. And then he said that the season that they did this first time, he said that what they gained from the garden, they only maybe lost about 10%. So it was huge for them, and it was natural. So the same, you can apply this in your own home, or even if you have just a little pots outside, maybe on your patio, you can still use the peppermint. Another one which is good is cinnamon, as well as white fir, thyme, geranium, cedarwood, lemongrass, and arbovitae. Arbovitae is also amazing. One time we were growing a very delicate exotic plant inside. That was inside home. We didn't. It was not outside. It was indoors. But somehow, because this plant was very delicate, but at the same time very tasty, I guess. So there was all kinds of little insect, these little tiny spiders that you cannot really see them, or these white flies. Everything was like attacking this poor little plant. So we used arbovitae to protect it, and it was very, very effective just by spraying, mixing with water, spraying. All right, so I share with you some of the things really quickly, and you may wonder what now. Well, just get started. Just start using those amazing products. This year, you can make yourself a promise that you're gonna, if you still are using any, chemical product or like toxin full of toxins product, that you will push them away. When you clean your home, you move them, throw them away, and then you implement the new ideas that I share with you. Please feel free to do your own research and take advantage of all the ready recipes, DIY, recipes, and this that dōTERRA has on their website at dōTERRA.com. There's tons of information there, tons of different ideas. So please take advantage of them. And if you are not a lucky customer with dōTERRA yet, please refer back to someone who introduced you to this webinar, or someone who shared with you some essential oils, and really find out how to get started, because the benefits of that dōTERRA brings to your life are humongous. And yeah, so get involved, share this with your friends, those who may take advantage. Please feel free to ask me any questions if you have on the subject, or any subject. Probably how to reach me: email, Facebook. You can call me, text me. And the best thing is coming. Well, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to say about the slide, but basically, yeah, it's really easy to get started with dōTERRA. Let me just check with me. Thank you. All right. So I want to thank you so much for your attention. And if you have any questions, something that you would like to ask about, I would like to open this for questions for the next, couple of minutes. So please feel free to ask. And you're all unmuted, as I mentioned, so you can ask a question at any time, and I'll be able to hear you.
I just wanted to say thank you very much, Marzena. That was an amazing, very informative seminar, and I'm very excited. I want to try the seasonal blend. I don't want to suffer in the spring. The spring is the nicest time to be outside, and if I'm sneezing and tired, and I can enjoy it. So it was very good information. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And please, I wish you that, as I mentioned at in the beginning, and the whole idea behind this webinar is to make this spring the best season ever. So I wish you that. And just keep in mind one more thing, that with this essential oils, consistency is the key. So so using them consistently it will really make a huge impact. And I have experienced this in my present. I have been, experiencing discomfort not only like outside, but I couldn't be around like pets. I couldn't be around, especially cats. That was something, oh, never. I was really getting all you can imagine. Everything was running and like that. And now, because how I'm taking care of my immune system through lifelong vitality, I can even stay in the same home. Like when I'm traveling, I sometimes stay at home with my friends, and some of them, they have like 5 cats at home and they're everywhere, and it doesn't bother me. And for me, it's like just amazing. So I truly believe that seasonal discomfort is not that someone is like uh, destined to always experience. If one takes proper steps, you can actually get rid of this problem like forever. And I wish this to you and to all of you. Um, any other questions?
I'm just reading the chat comments, and
Oh,
Charlene, she doesn't have a microphone, and
okay.
it looks like she made a comment. She was allergic to grass, mold, dust, just about everything. And there were some messages from Charlotte or Angelica and
Mhm.
Katie. They thank you so much. And also Angelica said, you just reminded me on Purify. So
Okay.
I
Okay, thank
Purify.
you. Thank you so much for reading those to me, because somehow when I share the screen and like open this on a full screen, that somehow my controls and the chat disappears, and I cannot uh, find this until I like disconnect the call actually. So thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. So the same. I hope, Charlene, you can also take advantage of all the products that I have mentioned. It's very important again to be consistent and take especially try ease and lifelong vitality, and of course breathe. That will be the 3 main one I would recommend. All right, so if there's no other questions, I would like to thank you so much once again for your participation. This webinar will be recorded and I posted with some ideas and recipes so you can take advantage. So thank you so much, and until next month for the next webinar. Bye bye to all of you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.